Have you ever noticed something strange? Think about the last expensive thing you bought. Maybe it was the newest phone, a designer jacket, or a gadget you were convinced would change your life. Now ask yourself this. Can you remember exactly how excited you felt 3 months later? Probably not. But you probably remember your first solo trip, the night you laughed so hard with friends that your stomach hurt, or that random road trip where everything went wrong and somehow became your favorite story. Here's the paradox. The things we own slowly disappear into the background of our lives, but the moments we live become part of who we are. Today, we're exploring one of the most powerful mindset shifts backed by psychology, neuroscience, and behavioral economics. Why spending on experiences often creates more lasting happiness than spending on possessions. And before you assume this is another money doesn't buy happiness lecture, don't worry. Money absolutely matters. The real question is how you use it. Because one spending habit quietly makes people richer emotionally while another keeps them chasing satisfaction that never lasts. Imagine two people. Alex buys the latest luxury smartwatch, while Jordan uses that same amount of money to take a weekend trip with close friends. 1 month later, both are happy. 6 months later, Alex barely notices the watch anymore, while Jordan is still telling stories from that weekend. This isn't just coincidence. Psychologists call it hedonic adaptation. Our brains are incredibly efficient at getting used to things. That shiny new purchase quickly becomes normal. Today's luxury becomes tomorrow's everyday object. It's like buying your dream couch only to realize you still spend most evenings scrolling on it. Our brains don't stay excited for very long. Experiences work differently. They don't simply happen, they evolve. Every time you remember them, every time you tell the story, every time someone laughs and says, "Remember when?" Your brain is reliving that emotion. The memory actually grows in value over time. That's something a physical object rarely does. Here's something even more fascinating. Experiences become part of your identity, while possessions stay outside you. Think about how people introduce themselves. They say, "I climbed Machu Picchu," "I backpacked across Europe," "I learned to surf," or "I volunteered overseas." Notice something? Nobody walks into a room saying, "Hi, I'm the proud owner of a microwave purchased in 2024. Well, hopefully not, because experiences become chapters in your personal story. Psychologists call this the extended self. The stories you collect shape how you see yourself. Objects decorate your life, but experiences define it, and that's an enormous difference. But here's where things become even more interesting. Have you ever bought something because you thought other people would be impressed? Be honest. A car, a pair of shoes, a watch, or maybe even the latest phone when your old one worked perfectly fine. Social comparison quietly influences nearly every purchase we make. We're constantly surrounded by highlight reels, luxury vacations, dream homes, perfect outfits, and new gadgets. Suddenly, our perfectly good life feels ordinary. But here's the twist. Experiences actually weaken comparison. Why? Because every experience is unique. Nobody can have your exact conversation, your exact sunset, your exact adventure, or your exact memory. Experiences are difficult to compare. Objects are easy. That's why one creates gratitude while the other often creates envy. Now let me tell you about something researchers have discovered. It's called anticipation. Surprisingly, people often become happier before an experience even happens. Planning a vacation, counting down to a concert, or booking tickets months in advance creates excitement long before the event itself. Possessions don't usually work that way. You click buy now, wait for shipping, open the box, excitement peaks, and then gradually fades. Experiences give you happiness 3 times. First during anticipation, second while living them, and third while remembering them. It's like getting 3 emotional returns from one investment. Not bad for something that doesn't even need batteries. Now here's the part most people misunderstand. Choosing experiences doesn't mean spending thousands of dollars. Some of the happiest memories cost almost nothing. Watching the sunrise, cooking with family, having late-night conversations, going on a picnic, camping, playing basketball with friends, learning a new hobby. reading a book in a quiet cafe, or simply walking through a city you've never explored. The value isn't determined by the price. It's determined by presence. Modern life constantly pushes us toward consumption. Algorithms know exactly how to make us feel incomplete. Another product, another upgrade, another must-have. But maybe the next thing you actually need isn't another thing at all. Let's make this practical. The next time you're about to make an impulse purchase, pause for 30 seconds and ask yourself one simple question. If I spent this money on creating a memory instead, which choice would I remember 5 years from now? That single question can completely change your relationship with money, because you're no longer asking, "What do I want today?" You're asking, "What kind of life am I building?" And that question changes everything. Here's another surprising truth. Experiences strengthen relationships. Objects usually don't. Think back to your favorite childhood memories. They're probably filled with people. Family dinners, birthday parties, vacations, game nights, road trips, and shared laughter. Our brains naturally connect emotions to relationships. That's why spending time with people often creates deeper happiness than spending money on ourselves. Connection isn't just emotionally rewarding. Research consistently links strong social relationships to better mental health, greater resilience, and even longer lives. In other words, the best investment might not be in your closet. It might be in your calendar. Of course, this doesn't mean possessions are bad. Some purchases genuinely improve life. A comfortable mattress, quality tools, books, a reliable laptop, or fitness equipment you'll actually use. The goal isn't to stop buying things. The goal is intentional spending. Own things that support meaningful experiences instead of replacing them. Because the happiest people aren't necessarily those with the most possessions. They're often the people with the richest collection of memories. So here's the challenge. This week, instead of asking, "What should I buy?" ask, "What memory can I create?" Call an old friend. Take your parents out for dinner. Explore a town you've never visited. Learn something you've always postponed. Start building a life that becomes more valuable every year instead of a house that's simply more crowded. Because years from now, you probably won't remember every package that arrived at your door. But you'll remember the people who stood beside you, the places that changed you, the conversations that healed you, and the adventures that surprised you. Those become the stories you'll tell for the rest of your life. In the end, your life won't be measured by everything you owned. It will be measured by everything you experienced. If this video gave you a new perspective, hit the like button, share it with someone who's always chasing the next purchase, and subscribe for more psychology-backed insights on building a happier, more intentional life. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next video.